Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. Server 68 versus server 46. We are facing SSD again. We faced them in BOC on Saturday night, and as you can see, we started to catch a couple of them in the sand pit early. As they were entering, we just started launching, and I don't know if they weren't prepared or what. But we only caught a couple, and then they started to port over right near us. So this is regular speed. Want you guys to see, again, how fast it is, the rallies. You can see basically in the line call, Mini Mags, the rally setter, just calls them out, and then you go to Battlefield Chat. You just join, tap a speed, and join. I actually don't have a good position in the hive right now. Every time I tried to port in, someone was right where I was trying to port. And anyway, so I end up having to use speeds a lot to join the rallies. And then the other team all ported to the south of us. So that's actually why I didn't get a good spot in the rally. We usually take the south. So I was watching the screen there, waiting for Mags to port. And then I was like, oh, crap, I bet he went above. And I looked, and there was like one or two spots left beside him. And then as soon as I tried to teleport, user failed. I was like, I'm going to be sitting on the outside today. But all good. It's good for people to take turns doing that. Anyways, just sending away. They rallied a couple of our people, zeroed a couple people for sure. They definitely did, and which is good because we get to practice reinforcements while we do it. And we did reinforce. It took them more than one shot on each, I think, because we had rains. We got them in quickly, and then we just continued to rally away at these guys. We eventually end up getting control of the first 10 minutes or so of the battle, which basically dictates the whole thing. Something pretty cool in BOG. So we are currently ranked first in BOC in all of Evony. Our server is ranked first in all of Evony in SVS. And then in BOG, if you go to the standings, we're in second place. IFT is in first from server 12, I believe. And they're merging, actually, I think. They're the ones who are merging with... oh, no, sorry, they're not. That is CUM who's merging. Getting confused with a couple there. IFT is on with Colt. So a couple of our guys were trying to arrange, let's set up a BOG time, maybe face each other, battle for first place. Doesn't mean we're the top two teams. Yi is actually in second place in BOC. We're in first, but they've beat us a couple times in the last month. We haven't beat them for over a month. So the rankings are basically based on your points in matchups, but it's still pretty cool to have the standings there and be able to see. So you could, in theory, have a very tough matchup against a good opponent, barely win. Both of you don't score too much, and then you drop in the standings against someone who played an inferior team but got to just load up on points. So that's how those standings work. It's all points scored and victories. Doesn't matter how difficult the victory is. So you can see us just continuing to rally here. And there's one of our guys on fire, but we did get a couple defensive wins before that. Ladies, actually, Baronet. There we got a couple in the alliance, Bear and Baronet. So that's just me there. Once in a while, I have to mute the line call because Miss Genghis may enter the room, and then I might have to talk to her and let her know, hey, I'm talking to you this time, not the line call. And, lots of stuff going on in those calls. Don't want to be interrupting as people are calling things out. And here is a rally on new player. So this is about the last offensive part that SSD ends up doing, but we're trying to get reins into them. I rushed something in there, but, eventually, if people want to zero somebody, that's what happens. But you can see some fire on our side there, too. So not always one-sided in these battles because, even if you win, someone's going to get hurt, right? The other teams can still inflict damage on you, and it's good. I like when the other teams rally back. Sometimes teams sit and play defense, and it's good to be able to work on both things at the same time, offense and defense. So it's good to play against people who do attack back. And it's also good to play people who just play defense, because that used to be the style in Evony. If you played defense, you won. It was a game of like, can we bore the other players into attacking us? Because we're full of reinforcements, and they'll give up more points than they get. That used to be the style. And then buildings became worth something, and then the style was get the buildings, get the points to force them to attack you, so that then you get points from them attacking you. But now offense is so much more powerful, and it's just really, really taking over, which is good because, just like any sport, everyone wants to see offense. It's way more fun and way more strategic when you can actually, do damage to the people. So punish them for reinforcing and not attacking. But you can just see the continued ferocity of the attacks, and I'm not sure if you could see my power in here. It looks like it's about 3.1 here to me. It was, I think I'm 5.3 or 5.4 going in, and that's just all from rallying, and you lose troops on rallies, right? You got to send them in, and they die so that the other troops can get the kills. Lots of the rallies we send, you can see in here, they're kind of even. Like, we'll lose 1.5 billion power, the enemy will lose 1.5, but then if you get down to that kill shot at the end, it ends up where you lose like 100 million and they lose 3 billion. And that's what it's all about. It's all about playing for that final kill shot. And some players are very good at defending it. So they'll notice that, I'm down to about 2.1 billion. I'm going to start hiding troops in other players, or I'm going to start ghosting, or I'm going to teleport away. And there's all sorts of strategies to not give up those final points. And that's very frustrating as an offensive player if the other team does that to you. But it's all good. It's all part of the game. And eventually, there's ways to do it. You can bleed them of teleports, try and chase them down. But that takes a long time too. It's so much easier when people just kind of face each other mano a mano, head to head right here. And like we tried to do with Sing's team. Speaking of which, lots of changes going on over in Sing's Alliance, RSP. But I saw they defeated Yi, Y-E-E, in Battlefield. I think it was yesterday. So very impressive beating Yi. I don't know what the situation is. Like, sometimes people don't have people show up. I saw that both of Yi's top 2 players were there. That's all I could really see was from the standings. I don't know anyone else to ask them. But very good win, whether Yi was full power or not. Because we had a very close matchup with RSP. And our matches with RSP, YEE, have been a little not close. It's been like, a little back and forth for a few minutes, and then they overpower us recently. But we're hoping to change that, doing lots of work and hoping it pays off in the end. And here's basically the end of the
battle. The last guy on their team to go down, I think his name is Lam or Dan, and he ended up actually just coming right beside us and being like, there, hit me. So that's the final score, pretty much. A little bit of score after that. But this is Genghis, server 68, Battle of Guagamela. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.